Here we go. We're going to call this mixing, my last name. Pay attention to the bit depth 24 and the sample rate 48. The files that I'm giving you are at that bit depth and sample rate, so we don't want to convert them if we can avoid it. Creating my session, heading over and importing my audio from the folder that is on my desktop and soon to be yours, called CTE Mixing Project Lingus Multis. Multis are a reference to multi-track recordings as opposed to stems. A lot of people get uptight about it. I often just call them stems, but stems are actually like submixes of things. So anyways, I'm grabbing all of these. I am not going to add them. I am going to copy them so that I can actually just delete that standalone file folder called CTE Multis. So I'm copying them. They do not need to go through conversion because my session is already at 2448. So first step, of course, is to get the tracks into the session. Now, I need to organize them. So quick tip, these are all highlighted. So if I hit Command, I can undo one of them or one, and then choose it, whatever. So I always organize my drums, and this comes from, I think it's fairly standard that I'm going to put my drums off to the left, starting with my kick. My two kicks, actually. So there's a kick and a sub kick, a snare, and there is an under snare. I have my overheads, which automatically got put onto a stereo track, but it is called left, so I don't really like that. I'll just call it overheads. I have a mono drum room mic, and I have my toms. So here's my high tom, my mid tom, and my low tom. Okay. Then I'm going to put my bass. And again, this is pretty standard. Then I'm going to put my guitar, which is George, my guitar, which is Sean. Then we have some horns. We have an alto sax and a trombone. I'm actually going to put the trombone on the right. And we have a stereo horn room mics or track. And then we have a stereo piano track, which again got picked up by the first name of the file that it built upon. So our piano is actually in stereo. We may revisit that. Okay, so first step in organizing is getting the order in which you want your tracks. Then I'm going to go through and do some coloring. Let's make all our drums red. Now, can I apply? This is something that I actually don't know. I just made all of them, but that's the majority of them anyway, so that's okay. I don't really mind. Let's make our bass blue. Let's make our two guitars pinkish, or I should say purplish, greenish. Our horns can be tealish, and our piano can be yellowish. And we are going to immediately make a stereo master fader. And that is kind of our initial setup. Now, the other thing that we're going to do is we're going to select all. Or right here, we can open up our group window. I want to select all because I want to bring everything down. I'm going to unselect my group, so now I have individual control. But I am going to go back over and control click on my master fader. Option click on my master fader, so that goes back up to 0. All right, so now I'm kind of ready to start thinking about my static mix, which will be a separate video. So this is strictly organizing and color coding, getting us ready to go.